Hello, my name's Bond, Richard Bond, and this is Curmudgeonly Yours, a show on Society Bites Radio, part of the Radio Ear Network family, supplying social interaction for the mind and soul. The introductory and concluding music to this show is La Polonaise by Wieniawski, played by Max Bond. I am your host and curmudgeon, where everything is what it seems. Nothing is what it seems. And what is not said is often of most interest. Today I will be talking with Dr. Afshan Naheed Hashmi about book development and how to become a best-selling author. Dr. Hashmi was born in India and educated both in India and the USA. She now lives in Rockville, Maryland. Dr. Hashmi is a best-selling author, award-winning entrepreneur, and speaker. She's involved in books, movies, makeup, and beauty product reviews. She is a TV show host, a successful regulatory, business development, and scientific professional with more than a decade of experience. Dr. Hashmi hosts a radio show on Women for Women, W4WN.com, and does Bollywood and Hollywood movie reviews. This best-selling author has written 2 books, The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace, and The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. She also does a show about India. She reviews books, makeup, and beauty products, and talks about science, fashion, and engages in glam talk. She also does author, artist, and dignitary interviews. She talks about alternative careers in science. You can sponsor an episode of her radio show or contact her via email, Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Hi, Dr. Hashmi.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And Dr. Afshan Hashmi, I'm amazed by what you've done. Can you tell us about yourself, your background, and your education?
Thanks a lot, Richard, for appreciating my work. Yes, I was born in India, and then when I got married, I came to United States, and here I was hired by Johns Hopkins as a postdoctoral fellow. But the research hours were very long, and I wanted to transition as soon as finish my postdoctoral fellowship and then transition into a faculty position. But getting a faculty position in those days were very hard. So I wanted to explore some other avenues and see what I can do with my education. And then I took some advice from some people, some faculties, that what I should do. So they advised me to do categorical course in clinical chemistry and combine my both experiences and then get a faculty position at a medical technology school. Unfortunately, after I did all that with flying colors, I could not find a faculty position in it, and so I went to work some time as a medical technologist, but that was not like making me, because I am a scientist, so I just didn't want to just somebody give me a protocol and I just work on it. I wanted to have my own creativity. So I did regulatory affairs from Johns Hopkins and then opened my company, and I was doing submissions to FDA, and then my company was not doing good, so I thought, let me write books. So I started writing books, and that gave me a huge success, and I have a radio and TV show because I could not afford a publicist. So I said, let me go and dive into that world because I wanted media, and then that's how my books became bestsellers because I have a huge reach. My radio show has a reach of 300 million listeners, and my TV show comes on Fox 5 Plus on last Saturday of every month from 7 to 8, and there I have in Capital Forum, and there I have 6-minute segment, and it has 6.2 million viewers. So that's how
That's very impressive. What did you get your doctorate in India, and then I guess it was in chemistry, right? And then you
So
transitioned here.
it was in biochemistry in India, and then here I was working as a postdoctoral fellow in. It was kind of related to my field, environmental health department of school and public health at Johns Hopkins. And then I started because of I couldn't get a faculty position, so that gave me a big disappointment. And so I wanted to transfer and do alternative careers in science.
Wow. Well, how did you? So you say you got into this your self-published, your bestseller. How did you? What could other aspiring authors learn from your experience? It seems like a lot.
Yes, because I was reading, first of all, you have to do research at Amazon that which books are selling very fast, and if you can write in that genre, those kind of books which people want. So I did my own research since I'm PhD, so I know exactly how to do research and correlate the data. So I went to Amazon and I looked which books are selling and what I can write. So I came up with the conclusion that those days, Harvard was doing research on Jugaad, the Indian word, and those books were selling very good. So I said, okay, I can write on Jugaad because Jugaad is an Indian technique, and my first book, The Modern Mughal Mentality, is about Jugaad, which I conceptualized as thinking outside the box. So that was like the thing, and I researched it, and I found because those books, people who were writing in business on Jugaad, because of Harvard and Stanford were doing a lot of research on Jugaad those days. So
hold on. Let me stop you there. Can you explain to our listeners what Jugaad means exactly?
Yes, Jugaad is like an Indian technique where you think outside the box, and that's what it can be conceptualized in any way. And I conceptualize, this is a Hindi word, Jugaad, and it is thinking outside the box or common sense or shortcut. Everyone interprets it in a different way, and I conceptualize that thinking outside the box or common sense. That what common sense strategies does. For example, there is a case study about McDonald's in my book about India, that what McDonald's did in India to become successful. Because in India you cannot sell cow meat because cow is considered very holy there. So McDonald's went there and they don't do meat there, they do veggie burgers there. So that's how they became very successful in India.
Okay, because there's a whole thing about McDonald's and how they got rich all over the place. It really wasn't by the food they sold, but by the real estate they owned. So I guess McDonald's is well placed in India, right?
Yes, McDonald's is very well placed in India because they don't do those aloo tikki like potato burgers here. They do it especially in India, and they are very delicious. So I have eaten those and they are very delicious. And believe me, the lines in McDonald's in India is so far off. Yes, so those kind of tweaks, it is a common sense thing. So I like in my book, I made those kind of case studies. And then when your book is about to be launched, the other strategy is that ask your friends and whoever is in your network to buy books at one time. So if they buy books at one time, then the Amazon things like a lot of people are buying, and so my book was like hot #1 new release. So that's how it became hot #1 new release, and then it was selling very well. So it became a bestseller, and then of course you have to optimize your Amazon page for the right keywords, what people are searching on Amazon. And I do all those kind of services at a very nominal rate.
Okay, so you say you're helping other authors find keywords maybe for their work as well, right?
Yes. yes. And then I can also tell you, like from my hit and trial methods, which I have discovered, that who are your competitors and how many books are they selling and why they are selling and what are their keywords. So these are some of the things which authors have to think about, because for self-published authors, like I'm a self-published author, it is very expensive to hire a publicist and all. So you have to learn from the scratch. Writing a book is a very easy thing, but promoting it's really difficult. And then
That's right.
yes,
Yeah, I was
then you
going to
have
say the same thing. Sorry, go ahead. Excuse me.
Yes, then you have to have an SEO, search engine optimization, that what Google's right and how you can, because usually in my experience what I have seen, that after 3 pages of Google, nobody goes and looks for that after that. And these big companies are sitting there, or they are spending millions of dollars on ads, and they come first on the Google page. So you have to learn all that, and by hit and trial I have learned all those techniques. So it's a lot of work behind the scene for an author.
Okay. Well, Dr. Hashmi, you're both a radio and TV host. Could you tell us about that and what medium you prefer?
Oh yes, actually there was a local one of my friend who is a TV producer, and she invited me after my books, because nobody was even talking to me, whether it's friend or anybody, about coming to, and being part of their business. But once my book became a bestseller, she invited to me to be part of her program. So that, and it is called GTV, Global Television Network, and she is distributing the TV show through Fox 5 Plus. She has the contract there, so that's how she gets the viewership.
Okay. Okay. Now, do you prefer a radio to TV, or which do you prefer?
I get more publicity from my radio show, and TV show is now, like, she has gone to Fox 5 Plus. She's getting a lot of things, but people, one thing I have seen with my TV show, that people, whenever I go to, like, I went for a haircut, and the guy who was doing that haircut, I didn't tell him anything, and he said, you come on Fox 5 Plus, and then I was surprised that, like, people are seeing that, because my segment is only 6 minutes, and it is very expensive to do it on TV if you don't have, like, sponsorships, So,
Sure.
yes, and so I prefer, like, radio medium, because that is, like, it goes worldwide, it is syndicated worldwide. This TV show is only in Washington, D.C. area.
I see. I see. Well, Dr. Hashmi, you're a business development and scientific professional. Could you tell us about that and how that came about?
Yes, business development. I was taking American delegations to India, and I was introducing them to the Indian partners, or bringing delegations from India to here and introducing that. And it was, like, very good, but I was not getting many contracts in that. So that field is very hard to get into. The best one is to write books, and believe me, there are people who would be looking to read your books. And if it comes in Amazon search, like if it is optimized by Amazon, and people are searching, for example, like mystery books or science fiction book, and if your book comes up, then it will be a heavy sale out there.
Yeah, because it's sort of hard to promote books unless you know all of the. It's more, like you say, it's more the promotion than the actual writing of the book.
Yes, yes. Many bad books get promoted because they do good promotion and they have the budget, and very good books, they don't get promoted because they don't know how to do that.
I see. I see. Well, at the Glad Talk, who are you talking with? Who are these? These are all the actors in Bollywood?
No, I just tell news about them, or give a book review about like a movie review about an author.